The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters proudly presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, Boris Optics, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha AHTVs, Browning Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffix Fishing Line, Rapala, 13 Fishing, Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools, Yukon Gear, Killer Instinct Crossbows, and Outfitter Financial.
One of my favorite times of year, but it goes by so fast, the fall. You can go out on a lake, super quiet, but down beneath the surface, usually the fish are going kind of mad and eating everything in sight. I'm hoping today that I can catch a variety of fish. I'd really like to catch a musky before the winter sets in. It's always great to catch a musky in the fall. And of course, giant bass usually are strapping on the feed bag. Low light, early mornings, you can't really see if you're getting followed, but a swim bait, basically this is the X-Wrap Otis. I put it on a fluoro leader. I'm not like a musky expert by any stretch, but I do like catching muskies. And anybody that wants to get into musky fishing, you really just need to look at, some swim baits, a leader. You can use a flipping stick if you're a bass fisherman, but like this is an 8-foot heavy action rod from 13 Fishing. It's a musky rod. I like to use this for pike. If you're going to go after 40 and 50 inch muskies and you're a real trophy musky hunter, it's not the ideal setup. But if you just want to go musky fishing, it's really all you need. And the fall is the best time to go out musky fishing, they say. And why? Because there's nobody on the lake, obviously. The colors are nice, but it's that turnover period where kind of muskies and pike go crazy and eat everything. When the water gets into the low 50s and sort of that onset of winter and the lake freezing is upon us, but the water's 56, 57 degrees. It's still pretty warm, actually. So I'm going to fish aggressively today and see what happens. But, if I see some weeds, I'll fish for bass. I'll do whatever, but fishing in the fall is a lot of fun. And you really, if you want to mix it up, you don't need to get too serious about what you're doing. A nice swim bait that you can do a steady retrieve, you can lift and pause. A jigging rod for walleye and smallmouth, and maybe a flipping stick for dunking any weeds you can find. But you can expect to still catch fish shallow. So I'm planning on, if the sun comes out, I'll look for some bass and stuff. But for the most part, with this calm overcast, I'm going to really focus on musky and try and get my fill of musky fishing in here before winter. So if conditions brighten up, like I said, I'll go bass fishing. And if I see anything on the hummingbird, maybe some walleye or something on a weed line, I'll fish for those. But basically just going to take Otis for a ride today and try and catch some muskies. Yeah, I got one. I saw that rock bar. Otis came through. Just a little musky, but it happened the way it was supposed to. Holy smokes. Wow. Thanks for playing. Man, aggressive little tiger here. I can handle this with my hands. Really don't need to net it. Now, when you're messing with hooks and muskies and you're barehanding them like that and things start to happen, get your hands clear, you're good to go. Oh, get those hands clear. Gone. Aggressive little fella. That was great.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
It's Halloween. It's monster season. Here we go, it's game on. The fall is one of my favorite times of year. The anticipation of deer season or sitting in a duck blind takes over almost all of my thoughts. Also knowing that there's only a handful of days left where the weather will be nice enough to get out and enjoy a day in the Lund without wearing a snowsuit kinda gets me pumped. This is perfect. Rocks, cabbage, milfoil. And a slow-rolled swim bait can be all you need to get the attention of a muskie looking for a fight. Figures I get the cast I want, and the bait's messed up. I got a muskie on it. He's on it. He's big. I'm gonna figure 8 him. Got him! That was crazy. The bait was all messed up. He wanted it. That's how you wrangle a muskie. I think topwater would work on a day like today. Now, this guy's perfect for the lucky strike, but he's pretty ornery still. I told you. You done? Wow, insanity. Muskies are crazy. I could see the wake behind that. I got you. You can rest. It's all over now. Whew. I tell you, man. Whew. That was awesome. Bigger fish. The tail was all hooked up, so I started messing with it. And sure enough, I could see a wake like a shark coming. And boom. He was behind it. He came up and did have it a couple times, but never ate it. So I knew I could probably get him on a figure 8, dropped it in, and as soon as I dropped it and started turning that fish, he ate it. Beautiful muskie, right there. That's what it's all about. Oh man, that just made my day. What a beaut. Now I'm gonna let you go. Thanks a lot. You're mad at me. Woo! And now that's what I'm talking about. That was cool. I want action. I want them eating it. That's musky fishing to me. The experience. For muskie and bass, I compare the fall pattern almost to the same as pre-spawn activity in the spring. I'm out musky fishing. Wasn't rigged up for bass, but I mean, the rod locker, I got a couple spinning rods. I see one. They're way up there shallow. The fish will be abnormally shallow and roaming. The whole family's here. Smallmouth, largemouth. And I rely more on my trolling motor and my talons to sneak through the shallows and anchor down when I find good areas. Just like that. That's a smallie. Big one too. Under the trolling motor. Oh no. I got you. That's a bruiser. You didn't even make the old lucky strike fill up. Wow, that's a big smallie. Sweet fish. Well, winter's coming. Fall is here. It's upon us. And the fish, well, they're cooperating. Man, oh man. That was a big smallie. I'm going to chase these around for a minute. You never know. Here it comes. It is a bass. I got it. It's a big smallie. It was on top of the rocks. There's the largemouth. Whoa. Double down on the big smallies. Wow. Incredible. The old marabou did the trick. You gotta be careful. This is light line. I was gonna get the net, but I think this fish is pinned really good. All you gotta do is open your mouth and you're in the boat. Thank you. Not as big as the first one, but I saw it sitting up there. It's a good looking fish right there, I'm telling you. Go get bigger. And while I was fighting that, 2 largemouth swam by. Well, there you go. There's proof in the pudding. I mean, that shows me they're in an aggressive mood today.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you by Yamaha AHTVs.
Rolling, rolling, roll. Oh, there it is right there. There's a reef right here. It's still dark though. Fog's lifted. I still can't see below the surface too good. The musky experts would tell you to figure 8 after every cast, but if you're just going fishing, casting, I mean, it's not the end of the world if I miss a fish, but if you see one behind you, figure 8. It does work, as you've seen, but every cast becomes labor intensive. I'm out here to have fun. Go on. He's right ornery. He's got that Otis sideways. Oh, we almost got off there. He's shaking hard. Look at him shake. It's not a giant muskie, but he's a beautiful fish. There you go. He went right ornery there. I thought he was ready. And now this is why I bring 2 nets in the fall. I'm gonna work my way back here. Pick up net number 2. He's not done yet. He was playing coy with me. Watch what he goes in the net, what he does. And gently underneath him, got him. Musky. Gotcha. Normally I'm prepared for a muskie, but for some reason I didn't have anything out. But here's why I got the Pro V muskie this year. There's my muskie baits. So the Pro V muskie comes with the tackle box. And I keep all my musky tools down here alongside it. So Kuda's got a jaw spreader in case you need it. And some big old long old needle nose. What are we dealing with here? Oh. Now you gotta just be careful when you're doing this. It smells like a muskie. Man, look at the teeth on this guy. He's freed up. Okay, he's freed up. That's a good looking little muskie right there. Casting just off the weeds on the side of that reef. Now, let's see how much energy this fella's got. Oh, he's got lots. I thought he was tuckered out. I put him in and he took off. Jeez. I need a towel. Bit of a slimy mess up here. When I'm casting for muskie and pass over a green, healthy patch of milfoil, I really can't resist stopping and dropping a jig into some of the pockets, hoping for a fat largemouth. I caught one! I caught a largemouth! The trick to fishing is don't try. I was just about to give up on dunking, and I caught one. Looks like a muskie had him in his mouth. Bit him right there. See? Shape of a muskie mouth. But clean looking fish. See, no scars on this side. Hey, I'm letting you go. Relax. Well, So far, it's not fishing like turnover. It might be deer season, but it's also fishing season. Whew.
The Fishing Edge is brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
To get the edge over the fish, I ran the Lund Pro V Musky and Mercury 200 Pro XS and cruised the shallows using a Minn Kota Ultrex to work the weed beds and rock humps. I cast a Rapala X-Rap Otis swim bait on an 8-foot, 13-fishing heavy action Defy rod and a concept reel spooled with 65-pound Suffix 832 braid and a VMC fluorocarbon leader. And of course, a Lucky Strike net and Cuda tools made sure all the fish were landed and released safely.
And there's one more reef to fish. Do I got a fish behind me here? That was a weird looking wake. Nothing there. Looked like a wake. Got him. I got him. I came back for him and got him. I did it. Gotcha. Even if you get off now, I'm happy. That's what fall's all about. I've used, you kind of downsize, you know, your baits, downsize your equipment. I'm ready for bass. I'm ready for muskie. And who wouldn't want to catch some muskies in the fall? Sure, you know, a 30 pounder or a 50 incher is awesome, but these are great. They smash it just, you know, as good as a big muskie does. And I'm not using ultra heavy gear, so they put up a pretty good fight. But I missed that fish, let it deadfall, and he came back and ate it. And I got him right here. Just caught him in the snout. Woo! And this Lucky Strike net is perfect for, you know, medium-sized muskies. It's not the gorilla net. In you go. It's like having a, easy now, easy now. You don't roll. He's unhooked. I just don't want him to roll and get hooked again. Watch the hooks. Got him. Hey. Aggressive little muskie. What a cool critter. You can see the bars on him. Nice looking fish. They just crush that Otis. It's fun. Whew. I'm going to let him go over here. Now, this guy's pretty hot. He's just going to go, I think. That's a cool muskie. Boy, you know, it doesn't matter how big they are. When you get a hit from a muskie, your adrenaline just goes through the roof. You're good to go, bud. Awesome critters. They are awesome. Still see them down there. That's so neat. Sun's out. Muskies are biting. That's kind of the end of the day, but the days are short in the fall. And this year we switched to Norsk batteries and, you know, fishing into November, December sometimes. I went lithium. I got to show you. So I'm running 36 volt, 80 amp hour Norsk lithium batteries. Now those are unique because they're heated. Norsk have a core in them, so when you plug them in, the core heats up and it brings the battery temperature up, so they charge no matter what. And if you're going to switch to lithiums, keep that in mind. Norsk heated lithium batteries are incredible. It got down, it was frosty last night, and nope, it was 1 degree. Got up to about 8 when I went out to get in the truck and drive to the lake. Ran the batteries all day, no problem. If only I had caught a 50-inch muskie, but it was good enough.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you in part by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine. Angler and Hunter Television has been brought to you by Canadian Tire, Mercury Marine, and Lund Boats. Yamaha ATVs, Browning Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffix Fishing Line, Rapala, 13 Fishing, Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools, Yukon Gear, Killer Instinct Crossbows, and Outfitter Financial. For more information on the products used in this episode of Angler and Hunter Television, visit AHTV.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Remember, conserve and protect our great outdoors.